Welcome to USA Global TV and Radio, where our mission is to provide education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. USA Global TV and Radio connects you with experts and audiences all around the world every single day to help you succeed in business and to live a richer life. Visit us at usaglobaltv.com to learn about career and life-changing training and mentoring programs like the Listening Mentor. Subscribe to our newsletter to stay informed about our special programs and offers. Discover how you can become a guest on one of our shows or a host or producer of a USA Global TV and Radio show of your very own. That's USA Global TV and Radio, where the doctor is always in.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Happy Friday. We are coming to you live from USA Global TV and Radio, where we proudly present world-class education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. I am thrilled to have you here today for our show, The Power of Etiquette and Manners, sponsored by the British School of Excellence and Mr. Philip Sykes. Today, we're going to be talking about gathering around the table for a good old-fashioned meal. And it seems that that's been lost. I know it's definitely lost in my life, maybe in yours as well. So to learn more about this, we're going to hear from the expert himself, Mr. Philip Sykes, principal and founder of the British School of Excellence. Welcome, Philip. Hello.
Friday, here we are. We're back. We're back. I know we've missed a bit of being on the show together, but it's always a joy to be here, and I'm hugely excited about this topic. It's something that I feel very strongly about, and before we sort of get into it, Dr. JACALYN, I'd like to welcome all the listeners. I do hope that we're gathering more and more listeners to this incredible platform, USA Global TV and Radio. It's so full of education, so full of fun and laughter and characters and people that bring so much value to this world, and it's a force to be reckoned with, and I truly believe that. And, you know, every Friday, it's that Friday, the power of etiquette and manners, which we bring to you, and we try and keep these topics really exciting and interesting so everyone can take away a huge amount of value and implement that into their lives.
Thank you so much, Philip, and I appreciate that shout out. I'm just looking at our YouTube channel numbers right now for USA Global TV and Radio. We have 38,522 subscribers. We've added 630 subscribers in the last 28 days.
How many?
630 in the last 28 days.
That's phenomenal.
It's amazing. And on our second YouTube channel, we have added 110. So we really are going places, and I thank everybody who's out there who's joining this incredible journey where we're giving people literally a voice from around the world. So today we're going to talk a little bit about dining etiquette, but before we get into that, Philip, you have alumni from all over the world. You have incredible courses, incredible opportunities for people to get involved with the British School of Excellence. Can you tell us more about what you offer there?
Certainly, Dr. JACALYN, and I was hoping that we would have a few past alumni pop in today, and they still may. The organization is really growing in leaps and bounds, and I say that because only a few weeks ago, we ran the first in-person Train the Trainer since March 2020. And when I say we had the most incredible woman on that course, we had 14 students at the Train the Trainer. On this occasion, unfortunately, it was all women, but as you know, I'm a big fan of women, and I just salute all the women that joined us on Train the Trainer. It would have been nice to have a few men who have the same vision and focus, but maybe it just wasn't meant to be on this occasion, because the energy and the just the connection in that room was magnetic. It was extraordinary, almost from the moment we kicked off. And we're talking people with incredibly strong academic backgrounds, doctors, professors, people who have just done the most extraordinary things to date. And we're talking about people from Austria, from Kuwait, from Saudi Arabia, from Greece, from America. We had quite a few representations. We had California, we had Dallas, And we had Rochester, New York, represented in that room. We had two beautiful women all the way from Thailand. I had an incredible woman from Poland. So you can just imagine this is like a league of nations, and you can imagine the networking and the connection. It goes way beyond what we deliver as an organization. What we do is we bring amazing people together, and we make sure that they can go out there and do wonderful things in this world. And the organization really focuses on building confidence and changing people's lives. That is our slogan, and we love to give people that opportunity through our organization, from youngsters, and the oldest person that walked through the door is 74 years old.
Thank you, Phil. Would you also just touch on the fact that the entire idea that people have about etiquette and manners sometimes is not what etiquette and manners truly encompass?
Absolutely. Dr. JACALYN, you and I have run the show for a long time, and you are very familiar with my vision and focus on all of this. And for me, it really is about people understanding that etiquette and manners is for everybody. It's this incredible golden door that can open your life to the most amazing opportunities, and therefore giving you a wonderful life. And we were already very much built on the foundation of 6 pillars. And those pillars are very much focused on, in a world where you can be anything, be kind. Its second pillar, and this is no particular order, is having that what can I do for you attitude. How can I support you? Is there anything I can help you with? The third one is very much focusing on really the ability to put people at ease in a very short space of time, make them feel welcome, make them feel very much at home in your surroundings or in your company. The fourth one is, I truly believe that if we all do a random act of goodness or kindness on a daily basis, we can absolutely start to set the world in the right direction. The fifth pillar is that there's one race, and that's the human race. We need to put the past behind us, stay very much in the moment, and put our trust and faith and focus on the future. And the sixth pillar is very much that we have the privilege to guide and steer people. Now, that's a great privilege, because we can either take people down the wrong route, or we can influence people to go down the right route. So I look at this as we have the ability and the privilege to be shepherds and guide and steer and help people along the way. And this, for me, is what this organization is about. It's about building your hardcore life skills, that human-to-human interaction, building beautiful relationships, building authentic relationships, and making sure that you can put your money where your mouth is. And how do you show up every single day? And that beautiful, amazing Maya Angelou quote behind me: people will forget what you did, they will forget what you said, but they will never forget how you made them feel. And that, for me, is really what the organization's sort of concrete base is focused on.
So much to offer. I mean, so many opportunities for people to step into a world where they are learning how to attract what they truly want by treating people the way people want to be treated. So I really applaud you for that. 100. We're going to talk about dining. And this is something you mentioned to me about being when we were backstage. When I was growing up, it was mandatory that we had dinner as a family. It was really important. And on the weekends, we would have my grandmother, and it was pretty much a routine. And now I eat almost every meal by myself. It's so different than things were. But what do you think the value is of everyone being together at a table and not only eating, but listening and sharing and having that group experience?
Great. And I want you to hold that thought and that question, because I've managed to record something from the morning TV the other morning, and it was very, very poignant. And this is what really got me wanting to chat about this and for you and I to discuss this. And I'm going to bring this up onto the screen now, if I may, and just play this. It's only a short clip, but it was really something that stood out for me, and I wanted to talk about that this weekend. So am I sharing now? There we go, to JACALYN, and come back to the show. For me, there were a few things that stand out. Firstly, I appreciate that there's TV time for your children, TV time for adults, but using it as a babysitting tool. So it's the same as, let's go down the route of digital. You go away on holiday and you see parents shoving an iPad in front of their children at the breakfast table, the lunch table, the dinner table. And that for me really is a travesty, because what we're doing is we're disconnecting from our children. Firstly, our children are not learning those powerful people skills that we so desperately need right now in this world. It is paramount that our parents out there start to wake up to the fact that sitting around the table, it doesn't have to be Monday right through to Sunday. It could be 2 or 3 nights a week. Even one night a week's better than nothing, where you sit, you have a conversation, and you connect with each other. And this is absolutely a key ingredient in bringing up beautiful, rounded children. I truly believe that, because there's so much that can be discussed. You can open up at the table. And just before I go back to you, Dr. JACALYN, about a year ago, Kerry and I were invited by past students' parents. Actually, it was a Shabbat dinner, which was really wonderful, Friday night. And we sat around the table. They've got 3 children, teenagers. And the father went about his Shabbat duties, and then they went around the table and asked each person, what was good about your week? What was challenging during your week, and what are you looking forward to? And each one of us had to answer this wonderful question, which was just such a nice way to bring everyone together. And we started to form a discussion around all of this. And that for me is absolutely paramount.
Absolutely. Thank you, Philip. And thanks for sharing that clip too. That was really interesting. I've never seen that show before, but you could tell that during that show, there were differences of opinion. So I think one thing is about dining together as a family or as a group. And then the opposite, or the other side, I would say, is then watching television while you're doing it. I'm not a fan of the television at all. In fact, even though we are a television platform, I don't watch television. So it's funny. So what are your thoughts if everyone's together, but we're all doing something? So instead of being fully present and focused, you are reading something, you're looking at your phone, or you're watching TV.
Firstly, sitting together, there should be no interference. There shouldn't be anything to distract you. So again, I do enjoy the odd television program. I enjoy watching sport. I'm not a TV addict, that's for sure. I actually, to my fault, is I have a studio at home, and I often slip into my studio and do some work. Once Harley's gone to bed, we read to him every night. We spend time with him, and it's really key that we have this time together, because time is, along with our health, is the most important, most luxurious commodity we have. And people grow up quickly. That we're already on our slippery slope down towards Christmas now, the December holidays, and you can't replace time, and you can't replace those wonderful moments where you do connect around the table. There are no interruptions. Even if you just happily sit in each other's company, it can be silent for a period of time. It still is an amazing moment of spending that quality time together.
Absolutely. And speaking about being together, we have a fabulous guest who is backstage. And I believe that one of your students from the Train the Trainer program is with us.
Absolutely. It's Yanna, who's absolutely an amazing, wonderful young lady who has got such a mature head on her young shoulders, very well traveled. If I tell you she speaks about 7 languages, I think it's not a joke. She's highly intelligent. She's super bright. She's got an incredible, vivacious personality. And yeah, it was just a joy and a treat to have Yanna on our Train the Trainer a few weeks ago. So, I'd love to welcome Yanna into the studio.
Welcome, Yanna. It's lovely to have you. Hi.
Hello, good afternoon. I'm very happy to see you, Philip. Thank you so much for your kind words, and very pleased to meet you, Dr. JACALYN.
Well, it's a pleasure.
I'm very
Where are you
excited
joining
to
us
be
from?
here. From Greece. I'm currently on a Greek island.
Oh, it sounds so romantic.
It does. But I'm very excited to be here with you.
Well, we're pleased to have you. And I see from your banner that you are a dispute resolution lawyer. That sounds fascinating. Can you tell us more about that?
That is right. So I studied law at first in London, then in Singapore, and then I specialized in dispute resolution. Um, so I do arbitration. I help people resolve conflict, capitalize on their mutual interests. I also participate in negotiations. That was one of the main tasks I undertook during my brief legal career. And thereafter, I was really drawn into etiquette. So now I'm looking into ways of incorporating etiquette into the legal industry.
I love this. This is a topic I don't think we've actually discussed before. Have we, Philip?
Absolutely not, Dr. JACALYN.
So I'd like to ask you, when you were making your decision about where you were going to get your education for etiquette and manners, how did you choose the British School of Excellence?
Well, first of all, it took me a while because it wasn't an easy decision. I did a lot of research online and I read a lot of reviews. I investigated all of the websites, and I think that the British School of Excellence resonated with me the most compared to all other programs offered by different schools around the world. And I was not disappointed. In fact, the complete opposite. I'm extremely grateful for this opportunity and very proud of my decision to join this particular school because Philip is an excellent professional, and I learned so much beyond just etiquette rules. It's a whole mindset, it's a whole philosophy that was somehow instilled into me through that course.
Wonderful. Philip, would you like to comment?
Yeah, well, firstly, I've got goosebumps from head to toe, and thank you, Yanna. I know you are incredibly well researched. You're not just one of those people that makes a quick decision, especially when you're making a big investment into an opportunity into your future. And it was just you added so much value. The one thing for our listeners is that Joanna, when you do open your mouth, you always talk such great sense. You've thought things through, and you are very elegant and eloquent when you come across. And this idea of bringing the so-called etiquette, manners, that philosophy into the legal world, and especially with disputes, I feel we could definitely have better resolutions if people just understood the importance of connecting with each other on a certain level. Maybe it's not a level we all agree on, but you on a certain platform, a certain level where you can then take it into the next stages of how you're going to bring something, well, hopefully to order and resolve something, come up with a far better result than maybe anticipated, and maybe with less money that's involved.
Exactly. I couldn't agree more on that. I think at some point during the course, I even mentioned that as a junior solicitor, I was given the advice to not smile too much, not look, too kind, too polite, because that will inspire people to take advantage of me, especially the opponents. And I was kind of taught certain tactics, the so-called guerrilla tactics, a bit aggressive, professional, but they're more grounded on appearing threatening and promoting your own interest at the expense of the other person's comfort and the other party's interests. So I think that if we invested more as lawyers in building rapport with the person that's sitting next to us or opposite us, it doesn't really matter. In fact, I believe that the task of lawyers is to collaborate and to resolve conflict rather than to inflict conflict. So etiquette is something that comes in there. It's all about kindness, mutual understanding, not just respecting the other party, but actively showing that, actively listening through your body language, through your wording. Um, And even through your firm handshake, through your physical cues, the way you look at them, the way you treat them in general as a human being before anything else. And I believe there is a lot of potential if lawyers were actually trained in that by receiving very well-tailored courses, perhaps in etiquette, good manners, that would facilitate discussions greatly and lead to excellent results, because I have seen that from firsthand experience, that as soon as people trust me, they're so much more open to listening to me, to assisting, to coming up with a solution.
I love what you just shared. That was so insightful. Thank you. I want to ask you, would you say at the core of your skills as a lawyer, as an attorney, you are an excellent listener?
Yes, I think listening is very important, because an attorney needs to listen to various different actors at play. So firstly, the client, then the arbitrator, the judge, the decision maker, other partners within the law firm, within the same institution, such as colleagues, assistants, and whatnot. A lawyer also needs to listen to the other side of the story, and the people that are experiencing the conflict. So being a good listener is key. It's not just about listening, it's about understanding. And that's where many people struggle.
So true. So true. And I would think also, as someone who's involved in a dispute, you really believe that you're right. It's about being right, and I'm going to win. And you're not really open to listening to what the other person has to say. And someone like you can really be that middle person to say, wait a minute, let's look at both sides, and where can we come to some kind of agreement?
Exactly. And lawyers don't often realize that they also take up the role of the mediator, not just the lawyer. Yes, they might be hired by one side. However, their role is to mediate the whole scenario. And unless you accept that there are also other viewpoints, other perceptions on the same matter, you can't really go forward and resolve the conflict. You first have to acknowledge the other side of the story with respect and with courtesy and with good intentions always.
Brilliant. Brilliant. I agree with everything that you said. And I think you really added some powerful insights that go outside the courtroom, right? Outside the arbitration and the mediation, which is to treat each other with respect and have an open mind and that curiosity to understand someone else's position. So I'd love to have you also weigh in on thank you, on our discussion today about how important do you feel it is to sit around the table with family and loved ones and enjoy a meal? Is that something that's a priority for you?
Oh, definitely. It has been a priority growing up, because at least in my family, we take that matter very seriously. And since I remember myself from my early childhood, I remember having lunch with both of my parents. Unfortunately, I don't have any siblings. Or fortunately, because it's a matter of perspective as well. I've received a lot of love and attention from my parents. I consider them my best friends, even in the absence of siblings. So it has always been the three of us sitting around the table discussing on everything that has happened within the day, all of our happy moments, all of our worries. And this has really brought us together, and shaped me as a human, because I always listen to my parents, their opinions on current events, matters, and that's the moment when the vast part of our bond has been shaped and nurtured during those meals. So I think it's very important, especially for young children, to be included in such lunches and dinners and to spend family time. That's also where they observe. They observe good manners, they observe table manners in that scenario, how people are treated within the table. Every voice can be given the chance to be heard, and I think it's very crucial, because only then will they learn to also be able to participate in the same context on a table, but next time in different contexts, with friends, with colleagues, with various people, at networking events, at social gatherings. And I think that it's important to learn those skills early on through one's family.
I love the way you speak, so intelligent, so professional, and your points are spot on. Thank you for that. Philip, what would you like to say?
Just big thumbs up. Honestly, I just love what you've just put out there, because hearing it from a younger person, you know, it's all good and well, parents, where, you know, whether we like it or not, Joanna, Dr. Jacqueline and I have been around the block a few times. And, you know, when I might correct Harley, who's 10 years old, and he gets, oh, Dad. But, you know, it's with this consistency. But, if, you know, especially when someone at your age who's achieved a lot already in a short space of time, you know, you talk beautifully, you speak with such authority, and you've seen the results. I see the results just having met you. I can well assure you, you know, there are results, and results don't lie. And it comes from that guidance and steering, that if we're fortunate enough to have loving and caring parents, they will do that for us. And this is a key ingredient in one's upbringing, because right from a young age, that's where it starts. That's where we start to nurture this foundation, and the base, these deep roots start to go deeper and deeper and deeper. And this is the key to giving our youngsters and our children those quintessential tools for life.
I couldn't agree more on everything you said. Yes.
Really, really phenomenal. Well put, Joanna. Really lovely to have you on the show.
Yanna, what would you say were some of the key takeaways from your cohorts in the Train the Trainer program?
Oh, well, I learned so much that it's extremely hard for me to pick just a few examples. But apart from learning from our teachers, we learned a lot through each other by sharing our experiences with my classmates, and they just shared such invaluable insights on all levels and in all senses. So, such as specific experiences, learnings from their own lives, etc. So, and at the same time, I would also want to add that apart from everything we've said with words, we treated each other with such kindness, and that really moved me and touched me and inspired me. All of the ladies there were so helpful, so open-minded, welcoming. I felt as if I met a new family there.
How beautiful is that? I have little tears in my eyes, actually. That's so sweet. Philip, I want to go over to you for a moment, because you've done a number of Train the Trainer courses. And how do you feel when people are coming from different cultures, different backgrounds, they're meeting each other, maybe virtually for the first time? What is that experience like for you as the founder and the principal of the British School of Excellence, when you see people start to open up and collaborate and respect one another?
Firstly, it fills my heart with joy. It fills my heart with such joy and passion to see this absolutely unfolding in front of my eyes. And I look and I listen and I observe with great intent to see what I can learn and what I can take away from each person that's in that room. I then love to observe the dynamics, and it just goes to show, you could be speaking Greek as Yanna does, and someone speaks English, and if they didn't speak the same language, they would still find a way to connect. And fortunately for our organization, we've had a few translations in the past, but everyone in that room had the most incredible ability with their language skills. The ladies from Thailand, they made every effort to connect and engage in English. No one else spoke Thai in there. And you just see these bonds forming. And this is a global connection. There's nothing more than anything else to describe it. It's this, the love in the room, the energy in the room. And with all due respect, I can honestly say, and I can stand to be corrected at any point in time in my life, there was not one bad egg in the room on any level. And that says a lot, huh? You're bringing 14 powerhouse women in the room together. Then over and above it, Leanne's there. I've got my photographer, videographer. I'm there. We've got guest coaches coming in. You're talking about a room full of very dynamic people, but people who really do care to support and help one another, to nurture one another, to see each other grow and develop. And that for me is nothing better, because all of a sudden it's literally like turning a light on and a moth comes to the flame, and boom, it's just that wonderful connection.
That is so inspiring, especially coming from you, the team leader, Philip, and you're so down to earth and so humble, really, in many ways. One thing I just want to share, I think regardless of where you come from, what your position is on certain issues, everyone wants to feel heard. I think that's what we all have in common as humanity. What are your thoughts?
I agree with that statement, and it was very visible and evident during the entire week we spent at the British School of Excellence during the Train the Trainer program. At the end of the day, we all share the same needs and vision. And in addition to what Philip said, I would like to acknowledge the fact that, yes, of course, all ladies were really friendly by nature, but it was really Philip's own success in a way, because he encouraged that connection through icebreakers, through group activities, through posing questions, and inviting everyone on the floor to elaborate. That he nurtured that connection and inspired us to bond more, and really created that atmosphere. I think that without his intervention, personally, it wouldn't have been the same. So thank you, Philip, for that. And of course, he helped us realize as well that whether we come from Saudi Arabia, or from Greece, or from Kuwait, Thailand, the US, it doesn't really matter, because the main values and principles are universal, and are the guiding bond that basically guides us all.
Thank you for that, Yanna. I wanted to ask you, in addition to the incredible value that you provide as a dispute resolution attorney and arbitration lawyer, you, I believe, are interested in opening your own etiquette school at some point so that you can help people on their own transformational journeys. What are some of the things that you need in order to be able to open a school, and how can our audience help you do that?
So to begin with, I think that you need a clear vision, and first identify your end goal, which is to help people become the best version of themselves. And then the second stage is to discover how to approach that, how to proceed, what specific tools do you need to equip them with in order to become that version, to help them open doors and opportunities in their lives. And that's not just by teaching them rigid, old-fashioned, traditional rules of how to place each napkin or how to hold each type of fork. Etiquette is much more than that, and that's exactly what I want to do in my own country, convince people about the mere fact that etiquette is a mentality. It's not rules. It's not just for the elite. It's not just for old people. I want to inspire especially the youth, because I very frequently hear the phrase, "Oh, you're very young, you must be an exception. Nobody at your age really cares about good manners," and similar notions. Well, I don't want to be the exception. I want to be the rule, and I want to inspire the youth, teenagers, young professionals like myself, to place more emphasis and importance on etiquette and on all these beautiful elements that it includes, and the values and the principles behind that. So I know it's not easy to open a business, to establish anything, but if you have the passion, nothing is impossible. And I think that the first stage is to raise more awareness, and I think that's one thing that's still lacking in my own country, but we're gradually getting there. And I think that with if I manage to collaborate with people who share the same vision as me, we can accomplish so many great things and spread the word, and just make these principles fashionable again in society and brighten up people's lives, because that's what it is about, in my opinion.
Wow, I'm floored by that. Thank you. Thank you. We're coming to the end of the show already, and I would just love to have you share how people can get in touch with you if they want to hire you, they want to work with you, they want to pick your brain about something. What are the best ways for people to find you? What are your social media handles, etc.?
Okay, so I can share my email address. I can also share my LinkedIn, where people can find me. Those are the main platforms I use for communication for professional purposes. I think that you already encouraged me to drop them into the chat box, right?
Okay, I'll tell you what, Yanna, while you do
Yes.
that, I've got one more video to show everyone, and then you can do that in the meantime, and we'll come back to you if that's okay.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
All right, so Dr. JACALYN, here's an amazing video. I think it really sums up what we've been speaking about today. It's short, but it talks about decision-making, making changes, how we treat people. And it really, in my opinion, it sums up a huge amount of what we saw and what we've been speaking about today. So if you would please share that video, that would be amazing.
The founder of Ford Motor Company once took two candidates for dinner. They were both graduates of the same university. They had the same GPA, grade point average. They were both geniuses. They finished the dinner. They walked out of the restaurant. And as soon as they walked out, Ford said to the one, "You're hired." And he said to the other one, "We won't be proceeding together. Thank you very much for a lovely dinner." And the young guy summoned the courage and said, "Mr. Ford, can I ask you something, sir? We never spoke about engineering. We never spoke about cars. We never spoke about the university. We only spoke about general things. Why are you hiring my friend and not myself?" And Mr. Ford said, "For two reasons. The first one is that your friend tried his steak and then he put salt. You put salt and then you tried your steak. I like people who try things before they make changes." And the second and most important reason of them all, your friend was polite with all the waiters, saying thank you and please. They were invisible for you, all the waiters. You only were polite when you were addressing me. So a great leader, somebody you want to impact your organization, doesn't have to see hierarchy. He has to see human beings.
I love that. I never forgot that about the salt when trying, because we've talked about this before, and I thought that really resonated for me.
100%, 100%. Now, back to Yanna. She has popped her credentials into the chat there, Dr. JACALYN. If you could share those with our wonderful listeners and viewers, that would be really, really wonderful.
I'm going to bring up her LinkedIn right now.
Wonderful. And Yanna, tell me, If there's anything you need from us as an organization, you know the door remains open. We will guide you. We will steer you. We will connect you with whoever we can try and connect you with. You are just scratching the surface of your future that lies ahead of you. And I know you've got such an amazing future ahead of you.
Thank you so much, Philip. And I look forward to collaborating with you and continuing this relationship that we have already built. I really cherish it. And I'm very grateful and blessed to have met you and have you as my mentor. So we will definitely continue that.
Wonderful. Thank you so
And
much.
I do not have a school or a website yet. However, that is my ultimate intention. So hopefully in due course, more things will be coming up. And I would be very grateful if we could share this journey and, have you by my side.
Absolutely, 100%. And I know Dr. JACALYN would love to have you back on this show, one of the shows. There's so many wonderful shows that Dr. JACALYN produces and puts together.
Absolutely. That is definite. And of course, we'd love to have you join our team of elevated listeners as well. So what would you like to share with our audience before we say goodbye for today? Let me stop sharing and go over to you.
I would definitely love to return to your show. I really enjoyed it. And I will start watching your talks from now on. I don't think I will be missing any of them. So thank you so much for having me. And yes, because it's a topic that really matters to me. Therefore, I'm very excited to hear what other people have to say on these topics. To get ideas, to derive inspiration and motivation forward. So I'll be definitely watching.
Congratulations on everything that you've accomplished. And I just love your whole facial expression and the energy that's coming through. You are a beautiful soul.
And I tell you what,
thank you very much. And so are you both.
Yanna, if you fail at law and etiquette, you can always go down the route of modeling. So
we can model while she's doing the others as well. So
thank you for your compliment. That's very kind of you.
Really,
thank you.
Such a beautiful person inside and out. So amazing.
Thank you. So are you.
Have a wonderful weekend. I'm very quietly envious and jealous that you are on an island in Greece. Which island?
Mykonos. It's my first time here, actually.
Well, I hope you're going to go and kick your shoes off.
I'm excited to explore.
Go and kick your shoes off and walk in the sand and eat some seafood and have a lovely sundowner.
I will do that on your behalf since you are not here with me. However, next time we shall organize a reunion in Greece and I would love to host you and show you around.
Beautiful. Wonderful. What a joy. Thank you so much. And Kalispera, have a lovely evening.
Thank you.
Thank you both. Have a lovely evening too.
Bye-bye, Yanna.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Oh, she's delightful.
I mean, honestly, you just look at the caliber of it. Yeah, she's 25, 20. She's a baby. She's incredible. Eh? I mean, can you imagine how proud her parents must be of her?
Absolutely.
You know, Dr. JACALYN, there's nothing more than a prouder moment when a parent is told that, wow, your son, your daughter, your children are just incredible. They're beautifully mannered. They present themselves well. That for me, when you hear those words come out of someone's mouth, you know you've done something right.
Said from a parent himself, exactly. So thank you very much.
Don't get better than that, you know. And it's been another amazing show.
It always is, Philip. I'm always inspired after seeing you and the incredible people who come through your doors at the British School of Excellence. What do you have coming up in terms of opportunities for people to get involved?
Woo, what do we have coming up? Oh, my hat. I know we've got a Train the Trainer coming up back on Zoom in August. That is going to be very exciting. Our next live Train the Trainer will be November here back in London. We are going to definitely at some point run a Train the Trainer out of New York. Dr. JACALYN, that will be live in New York. We have an amazing person in New York who is going to become very much a collaborative partner, Rochester, New York. She's a doctor in this industry, believe it or not, Dr. Pamela Brown, one extraordinary woman who will knock the socks off anybody. And she is going to take the reins of helping us deliver our children's training, and mainly to do with teenagers. And we're going to collaborate together on this journey and do something out of New York. We've got various different school groups coming through from different countries where we're just giving them some insights into some sort of etiquette and manners. I'm trying to think what else we've got going. Next year, we're definitely running our in-person London experience. That's already in the pipeline. It's ready to launch. So we're going to launch all these dates in the next few weeks so people can start planning and start booking. And so this is something that we will be putting out onto our platform very, very soon. And for those of you out there who really want to sort of understand more about what we do, go back to the USA Global TV and radio, look at the past shows, look at our Live, Learn, Teach, Inspire. And not only that, go to our YouTube channel where we have the most wonderful footage of various different events, me talking about different subject matters, and it will really give you some inspiration, I hope, to make decisions that will serve you going forward in your life.
Philip, we're highlighting the upcoming courses that you have here starting in August.
Yeah, so the Polished Professional, great course, 8 weeks, 2 hours each week. It is packed. It is a powerhouse course. So for anyone out there, you may think you might be polished. Well, that's great, but we can always keep bettering ourselves, even if you just take 1 or 2 golden nuggets away. The last Polished Professional, we had an incredible cohort of highly intelligent people, and we've spoken to quite a few of them, and the feedback, their trajectory's been phenomenal. They really are out there doing great things. We had a past Polished Professional student who actually, if you go to the Polished Professional page, you will see him talk about his return of 16,500%. He says that if that were a stock or stocks and shares, it would be on the front page of every newspaper on a global basis. It works. It's a phenomenal program. Guest coaches come in and you will be given a flavor of how you can take yourself to the next level.
Philip, so many opportunities for someone out there. Just think, whoever you are, wherever you are in the world, you could be on this TV show with us, sharing your incredible experience and your journey and supporting your work and collaborating with people from all over the world. So, Philip, what's the best way for people to get involved, to sign up for a course, to reach out with any questions?
We have a WhatsApp telephone number on our website, which comes directly to one of the team members, as well as our different messaging platforms. They come directly to a team member. So if you send us a web message on Messenger, Facebook, on WhatsApp, on LinkedIn, on you name the different ways of messaging people these days, it comes into one inbox and we can very much connect and engage with you. We also encourage people to connect with us on the email address, which is hello@thebritishschoolofexcellence.com. And yeah, make an effort. Yeah, everything's about taking the bull by the horns, and you know, we've got a choice in life. We either say yes or we say no. And by saying no, people will just let you be and they'll let you continue with your life. When you say yes, you give yourself the most big, wonderful window to take your life forward.
Absolutely. You certainly do. Philip, I also want to mention that you are a proud sponsor of the Royally Rich Lifestyle Show, which is seen here on our platform. Tell us, if you would, a little bit about your role there with that program.
Certainly. I have the privilege of connecting with Helena, as well as wonderful Ian Pelham-Turner, 2 royal correspondents. Ian was a photographer for the royal family. It's just a great show because it gives you some very honest opinions, or not opinions, honest news. And it's where we bring in different guests to talk to Ian and Helena. And then I have a small slot on the show where we literally will talk about some of the current events that they've been speaking on, and how we as an organization can really support anyone and everyone out there. And it really is a pleasure. And again, I've had the privilege many years ago of meeting His Royal Highness and spending some time working with him. I've spent some time with various other people in that sort of area of life. And it's just a nice thing for the public to hear from the horse's mouth, people who really have got to meet and connect and engage with people from different parts of the world, and again with royalty, to hear it from the horse's mouth on what's going on. I know there was breaking news about when there was the trooping of the colour when King Charles was having his birthday, and how Kate was going to make an appearance, and thank goodness she's looking a lot better and feeling, I'm sure she's definitely feeling a lot better, and it was lovely to see her back in the public eye. You know, it really is an important part of the United Kingdom. It does a huge amount for this country. It really does. It's a big draw card. And I know for a fact that people from all over the world come to this country for the royal family, to go and see Buckingham Palace, the Tower of London, to go and see the Tower Bridge, to go to Windsor Castle, to go to all these incredible royal castles around this country. I live 15 minutes from where King Henry VIII used to live, and where he, I'm sure, chopped a few heads off. But this is the beauty and the richness of this country. And that's one thing the United Kingdom does exceptionally well, and that is pomp and ceremony.
And we love the royal family over here, as you know. Just one more thing I want to share, because I think this is going to be new to you as well. We have royal breaking news live from London, which is every day of the week. And it's Ian, Pelham Turner, and Helena Shard. It's actually at 9 p.m. British Summer Time. But for our American audience and audiences around the world, it's 4 p.m. Eastern Time. So this is exciting. And as an addition to this, something you and I are going to be involved with, Philip, is that on our main YouTube channel, which is USA Global TV and Radio, you can see it here. You have the opportunity to join our private VIP club, where Philip and Ian and Helena will be presenting various insights, photographs, and information about the United Kingdom, as well as etiquette and manners and the royal family. So anytime you're looking at one of our videos, if you're on YouTube, you'll see join, and you just click that button and it'll give you some options to join our VIP exclusive membership only. So please go ahead and check that out. Philip, we are done with another fabulous episode. Thank you for taking the time, and I hope that you have a beautiful rest of your weekend.
Absolutely. Wonderful to see you, Dr. Jacqueline. Have an amazing weekend. And we do need to catch up this weekend at some point. I'm working all day in London tomorrow with actually an amazing Brazilian student who has been chosen to represent a hospitality school. We're doing some coaching and training. She's been on this journey for a period of time now. A bit of coaching and training with me, along with our business partner, Patricia Jonqueira, who's here from Brazil. You've met Patricia in the past. And then on Monday and Tuesday, this lovely, amazing woman by the name of Vanessa has got 2 days experience at the Four Seasons Hotel in Mayfair. So a nice day to look forward to tomorrow. Then Sunday, hopefully a day of rest, and then back in the saddle on Monday.
Oh, I would love to be with you on Saturday. That sounds incredible. But let's you and I touch base on Sunday then. All right. Thank you very much. Goodbye, my friend.
Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, everyone, as we close out, please do connect with Philip, because your life will be changed dramatically. Believe me, I've been working with him for 3 years, and I consider, it might even be 4 at this point, and I consider him to be a very dear friend. I have learned a tremendous amount from him about life, about business, and about friendship across the pond. So do connect. All right, I want to leave you with a couple of things. We are on a mission as our platform to get to 100,000 subscribers on both of our YouTube channels. I am updating this daily, but I didn't get a chance to do it today. So what I'm going to let you know is that we started in June at 37,895. And as of today, let me get the exact number. Hold on, please. Drum roll. We have 38,526. So we picked up, I think, 5 more during the show. So we have added 635 subscribers in the last 28 days on this channel. So I thank you, everyone. I will be updating this. And then we also have our second YouTube channel, which, believe it or not, I've had this as a backup. I never really told anyone about it, but because how YouTube can be, you never know when you're here or when you're just gone. So I created a backup channel, and we're now having our team members do search engine optimization on this. So we started also in June, last month, we started with 6,949. And as of today, we have 7,065. So this is pretty much the same, but we picked up 116 new subscribers in the last 28 days on Dr. JACALYN KERBECK YouTube channel. So please subscribe. And what's the value of subscribing? You get notified every time that, if you select, every time we have a new program coming out. You can comment, you can collaborate, you can meet our team members. And in addition, for us, it helps our team members, our sponsors, and our guests get their message out as many times as possible. So if we're running on 2 channels, it's 2 opportunities that people have now for people around the world to hear their story. So thank you for listening. I appreciate it. If you want to reach me, you can find me on usaglobaltv.com. Until then, we thank you very much. Stay tuned and hear a little bit about the polished professional from Mr. Philip Sykes. Bye for now. USA Global TV and Radio proudly presents our partner and sponsor, Mr. Philip Sykes and the British School of Excellence. Building confidence, changing lives. And now, proudly presenting the Polished Professional.
On a transformative journey with the British School of Excellence's comprehensive suite of masterclasses, crafted to elevate your professional and personal life. 8 outstanding modules will elevate you to the next level. Module 1, Exploring Life's Purpose, delves into the depths of self-discovery, guiding you to chart your unique path to fulfillment and success. Module 2, Mastering Professional Presence and Confidence. This masterclass is a deep dive into the art of self-assurance and commanding presence, which is essential for standing out in today's competitive landscape. Module 3, Learn the secrets of visual impact, how to curate a personal style that amplifies your professional brand. Module 4, Mastering Professional Etiquette and Communication Excellence, navigating the nuances of corporate interaction with grace and tact. Module 5, Elegance in Eloquence. We impart powerful techniques to captivate and persuade any audience with your oratory skills. Module 6, Unlock the potential of your emotional intelligence, EQ, and harness the ability to connect, empathize, and lead with emotional savvy. Module 7, Mastering DISC, building a gateway to understanding behavioral styles, fostering better personal and professional relationships. Module 8, Mastery in Dining Etiquette, building your confidence to perfect the subtleties of dining with finesse, enhancing your social savviness at any table. Step into the Polished Professional program where poise, elegance, and excellence aren't just taught, they're instilled for life. Join us to redefine your potential and polish your professional edge.
To learn more, go to thebritishschoolofexcellence.com. The British School of Excellence are investors in people. Let us invest in you.